here, weekly report. Today is Saturday, 12th of May, 7:30 in the morning. Market obviously closed. Looking at the November contract, 8.18 new crop wheat UK. We've got the yearly chart in front of us. We've identified the 60 SMA here. We've got the what else we've got? We've got 30 SMA on the monthly. They're coming and closing in together. We can identify this big candle here in April. We're now in May, and we've got a second green candle. We've got an eyeball this, and we can see a nice steady upwards trend. This has held, this chart, long-term view, has held us all the way through the last 3 months to give us confidence above the 60 SMA. Let's pop down into the monthly chart. We can see this big reversal candle here we had in April. We've got May, positive green candle, 151.95. You can see the top of the wick here is above the swing high seen in last July. Pop down into the weekly. We can see this stellar week we had, excuse me a minute, last week. We can see we've moved nowhere at the present moment, closing this week, bit of a red candle here. Are we going to see some kind of retrace after touching the high? All the moving average on this weekly chart are pointing up. Let's pop down and have a look. Firstly, I want to show you these. This is the December contract on the US wheat CBOT. We can see this has got similar sloping upwards, nice sloping trend in place. We can see that markets don't go straight up, they have retraces. You can see this clearly on this chart. Look at this retrace here, how it retraces back to this trend line. Did this in April, and we're doing the same in May. We're retracing back to test $5.3, 5.20. So use this as sort of a gauge to see what I'm looking for on the UK market. And you can see here we've had this run up here, nice run up. We left a gap here, 149, well above the 60 SMA, well above the 30 SMA, and we're holding and came back to test the 10 SMA. What can we see if we move our eye to the left? We can see a swing high here, the last July, 154. Tested that and rejected. Are we to see a pullback? The stochastic says yes, we're seeing this falling stochastic. We've got a bit of divergence, well, not divergence, but a bit of consolidation here after testing the high. Where would we see prices run back if we did see a fallback? Would be back to the swing high here back in October of 150. It may even come back and fill the gap 149. On a longer term basis, our long term plan is intact at the present moment. We're looking at an Elliott wave, say a target, before the end of the year, 164. So we've had a one move. Let's pop down and just put this on a drawing chart. Let's do that here quickly. So we've had nice and big. So we've had our one move here. We've had our two. This is our three with our target here within this area here. We probably could see a pullback here, even come back to test this gap fill here, consolidate, and then we're looking for the final push up to 164 on the longer term basis. But obviously, if we came all the way back, didn't stop here, and we came back and eroded and closed below this 60 SMA, then what we'd see is sort of consolidation falling back in this longer term pattern here. But at the moment, we've got this kind of upwards trend. Sorry, a bit sort of hardy. This upwards trend as within the US. So we're naturally going to see some kind of pullback. We've extended, a good long way up. We've tested the swing high. Look for that during next week. Look for this test again of the 60 SMA, and I'll put an update this time next week. Thanks for watching.